All right, Fit Fam, so we have a lot of different things going on with 30-minute classes versus an hour class. Some people have expressed interest in more stretching stuff, so we made that video of things you can do before class starts so that you can warm up on your own and kind of have that routine. This is on the other side of the equation. So why is there a difference between stretching before versus stretching after? It's really about the goals of the time you have here. When you are getting ready, it's easy. Think about it as you're about to be active, so you want to activate your body. So those stretches are very dynamic. We're moving a lot and we're activating all of our muscles. After class is over, our goal is to rest and recover, and we want to get back to a rested state as quickly as possible. So here, following in this video is two different versions. One version you can do post-class for a longer class where you have a little bit more time after the class to dedicate to your stretches. And a shorter version for that 4-minute window that you have after a 30-minute segment class. So both of those are here for you. I'll talk you through everything that you need to know and keep in mind. Just a couple extra routines that you can add so that you can have some uniformity to A, getting started before class with stretches, and B, getting recovered after class with a different style of stretching. So go ahead and check that out. Make sure you check out the video for the pre-class stretches too if you haven't already. But other than that, we'll see you the next time you're in the studio.
When we have a full hour to dedicate, we can take a little bit more time working our way down the body. We're going to start with this lat stretch here. Think about a nice straight line, hips pushed back, and chest pushed down. You're really trying to make a straight line from your fingertips to your glutes. Now we're moving on to a chest stretch. It's important to make sure that that shoulder stays down. If you're allowing that shoulder to elevate when you're pressing into this, you're going to defeat the purpose. You should really open up the chest here, wide stance, so you can sit into that chest stretch. Now the next routine's pretty understood already. We go through this deep lunge to get the hip flexors. Now we're just gonna rotate in and out here. On the way down, we open up the inner thigh. On the way up, we open up the glute and the hamstring on the outside of that leg. So spend about 30 seconds transitioning there until you sit back into the hamstring stretch. This is another one we know well. And then of course we have to even it out on the other side. I get the hip flexor. Get the inner thigh, outer thigh, inner thigh, outer thigh, and I'm just slowly cooling down my body here, slow and steady. Of course, when you're done there, shifting back and getting that same side. Notice from the demo, if you're rounding over in the spine, you're missing the point. Make sure you're driving those hips back, keeping that chest up. That's when you're gonna get the most out of this. Moving from there into our figure 4 stretch, we want a little bit more focus on the glutes as always. Imagine 30 seconds in each of these poses. And finally, sitting down on our haunches at this V shape. As you can see in the demo, thinking about pushing through the lead knuckle as we lower ourselves. There's your child's pose. So kind of keeping everything rounded out. We're hitting lats and chest like we did at the beginning. We're hitting hips and groin like we did at the end. So this kind of brings everything back together. Now you're going to have less time when you're in for the 30-minute classes. So here's another couple variations you can do so that you fit it right into your perfect 30-minute block. You've got 4 minutes here at the end. We're going to combine our child's pose and our frog pose. That's why we're focusing on keeping those feet out and using the base of the bag here to do so. That way we can really kind of just maximize several of those stretches all at once. Another super important one, always stick with those figure 4 stretches or those half pigeon poses if you prefer to get those glutes. And then probably the best way to finish rounding this out is with a good hamstring stretch. But as you can see here, again, making sure that we have a nice flat back. Bend in the knees is okay, but we don't want to round our spine. There you go, team. That'll take you through your 4 minutes, and you'll be perfectly done in time to get your shoes on and get out the door.